What's up, Richard? Timmons here. Since in the new film called Is This Thing On, directed by Bradley Cooper, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Will Arnett film and TV projects. Because he's obviously ventured into voice acting. He's done a lot of really cool TV shows. He's appeared in movies and stuff. So here is my official top 10 favorite Will Arnett films. All right. Coming in at number 10 is a very short lived sitcom that sadly didn't really last too long, but it's a show called The Millers. It only lasted for, I believe, about two seasons, if I'm not mistaken. It's about this news reporter who marries his assistant for confidence, forging their wildly different families to clash under his one roof here. It does star Will Arnett, Margot Martindale, Bo Bridges, Gemma Mize, who you might know from Glee fame. It also was like one of the earliest films of which starred Lulu, which featured Lulu Wilson, who will go on to star in those Becky movies. And of course, she actually played like the young daughter here. I thought it was a really decent, hilarious sitcom that sadly I really wish lasted a little longer. It's definitely one of CBS's most underappreciated sitcoms, in my opinion. It's a really good one if you guys haven't seen it. All right, number nine is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. This movie was a huge surprise because I really batched this thing throughout. I thought this was a terrible idea. I thought the previews looked terrible and stuff. I had a fun time with this thing. It was much better than it had any business being. And of course, here you got Will Arnett, who voiced Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. And I love the little Deadpool joke when they kept when the Titans kept calling him Deadpool and stuff. And he kept saying, "I'm not Deadpool." It's a really hilarious role there, and he really voices Slade perfectly here. Does such a good job, and I mean, come on, you even got Nicolas Cage voicing Superman in this one. What more could you ask for? So it is a really fun one there. All right, coming in at number eight is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, of course, here you got Will Arnett, who plays Vernon Fenwick, who is April's snarky cameraman and colleague. And the chemistry between him and Megan Fox was pretty decent. He definitely had some fun one-liners throughout. And I really quite enjoyed the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movie. Like, I know it didn't really get the best love at the time, but I had a fun time with it. The sequel is actually not so bad either, but the first one's actually far better though. All right, number seven is Hot Rod. Hot Rod, of course, starred Andy Samberg in like his act in his feature film debut. And it's also from the same director who recently gave us the Naked Gun just recent. And it's about a aspiring stuntman who plans a dangerous jump to raise money for his abusive stepfather's surgery here. So he can later, fight him fair and square and all. And this, of course, features Will Arnett, who plays Rod's cruel, macho stepfather here, and he really has some fun deadpan humor throughout. Eyes of Fish is great. Denny McBride, Bill Hader, Will Arnett, loads of like fun, like early SNL actors in this as well. Uh, early, early comics. I mean, such a really hilarious one if you guys haven't seen it. All right, number six, a film from the same director of Hot Rod, by the way, and who just gave us the Naked Gun. Number six is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Another movie, that was much better than had any intentions being here. This is, of course, a meta comedy where the former animated TV stars Chip and Dale reunites to solve like the mystery involving missing cartoon characters. And here you got Will Arnett, who voices Sweet Pete, aka Peter Pan. And his controversy got now his Peter Pan character was a little controversy because it was supposed to be like people kept thinking it was probably just based on the actor who played Peter Pan in the original film, who's actually had like drug abuse and stuff. I really don't know if I can really see it, but hey, I still thought like pretty much he does voice like the villain, if you will, who is the Donkey comic villain, who's actually returns as a Donkey comic villain. And seeing like Peter Pan playing the villain here was pretty cool. And he really does such a good job as a voice here. I mean, I really quite enjoyed this movie in general. You had John Mulaney, Andy Samberg, Seth Rogen, Will Arnett, Chippendale. Like, it was really cool. I mean, I still hope we get a sequel, but who knows? All right. Coming in at number five is Despicable Me. Now, this is of course the supervillain's changes when like he adopts three orphan girls, leading to his him like down an unexpected path here. And Arnett voices Gru's smug boss at the Bank of Evil here, and Will Arnett voices the character really well. Adds some sharp humor to the franchise. Of course, obviously you got Steve Carell, Jason Segel, Russell Brand, some really good voice talents involved, and it's a really decent one there. All right, number four is Arrested Development. Now, of course, obviously here you got Will Arnett who plays God Blue, who's the arrogant, insecure magician here, and he of course Arnett is comedic force throughout. Obviously, you do got like Will Jason Bateman, Jessica Walter, Jeffrey Tambor, Michael Sarah. I mean, it is a really obviously fun mockumentary you know series. Will Arnett really steals so many scenes. Jason Bateman was great. I mean, Arrested Development was a really funny, hilarious show there. All right. Number three and two, I'm actually just gonna say both together because obviously it's pretty much the same character. Number three, I got the Lego Movie, and number two is the Lego Batman movie. He does such a good job as a voice of Batman. I mean, we've seen obviously other actors who voiced Batman before, like Kevin Conroy, but definitely I will say Will Arnett's probably my second favorite to voice the character. Does such a good job, like really embodies the voice of Batman perfectly here. And both movies are just excellent throughout. Batman, the Lego Batman movie is also much better than it has any intention of being. It is a shame hardly no one went to go see it because I really wish we got a sequel, but sadly the movie did not do so well. So, I mean, Will Arnett says he'll love to do a sequel, but who knows? And of course, obviously, with the Lego movie, you had like Zach Galifianakis as the voice of the Joker, Rosario Dawson, Michael Sarah. I mean, it's a really good voice talent there. All right, and my number one favorite project of his is the show BoJack Horseman. I love the show. I mean, BoJack Horseman. I guess say one of like the first few, like one of the first like adult anime shows that Netflix put out. Of course, this was like before Big Mouth came around, and I think it was also before Efforts for Family and stuff. BoJack Horseman was like one of the earliest ones here. You got Will Arnett who voices like this washed up sitcom horse who is struggling with depression, addiction, fame, and stuff. Of course, Amy Sedaris is hilarious. I mean, the animation is pretty decent. I really quite enjoyed BoJack Horseman. It definitely has some fun humor to it. Really fun cast of characters that throughout. Now, of course, obviously he does voice additional characters, but his main character is really is of course obviously BoJack, and of course you do got some other really fun cast of characters like Amy Sedaris as the voice of Princess Caroline. Allison Brie is also in this. You do got the character Mr. Peanut Butter. Aaron Paul plays like pretty much BoJack's roommate here, who's like an unemployed character named Todd. I mean, he has some really fun characters here, fun guest appearances throughout, like the aforementioned Margot Martindale's even one of the voice cameos. It's such a really hilarious one. Really raunchy at times. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, give it a go. I'd love to see a revival one of these days. Like, I think they should have done a revival around when the pandemic happened, but who knows? Anyway, that of course the show did actually last pretty long. It lasts from like 2014 to 2020, so there's that. But here's my quick rundown. Number 10, The Millers. 9, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. 8, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 7, Hot Rod. 6, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. 5, Despicable Me. 4, Arrested Development. 3, The Lego Movie. 2, The Lego Batman Movie. And number 1 is BoJack Horseman. Now, there are a few other ones I could have included as well. Let me see. The movie front, The Wedding Game, The Acting Class, Ratatouille he was in. I forgot he was in that one. The Brother Solomon, the comedy that he did with Will Forte. I used to always get Will Forte and Will Arnett mixed up back in the days. The Comebacks, Semi Pro, Monsters vs. Aliens, Next Go Wins he was recently in. TV front, he appeared on Sex and the City, Boston Public, Yes Dear, The Sopranos, Danny Phantom, Dirty Rock. Most recent, Twisted Metal, where he voices Sweet Tooth. That's another really cool character. I probably could have included that one, really. But let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Will Arnett film and TV projects? Draw comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Sammy Sire.